Hello and welcome to our daily sketching routine. It is Thursday, September 5th, 2024, and today's topic is tips on drawing mouth expressions. So it'll be a continuation of yesterday's video about tips on drawing the mouth, and I talked about showing expression and stuff. So to start off with, like a good warm-up would be, well, let me set a timer because it helps me not lose track of time here and stay focused. So I started a 5-minute timer. To start off with, I found that a good exercise is to just watch like a movie and kind of see like sort of the basic shapes and just sketch them real quick. That just kind of look at the actor and sort of memorize what they're doing. And I'm making this up, but it helps to create your own style and build up your memory of how the mouth looks, because at the heart of it, it's basically these simple shapes. So that's kind of a good exercise to start with. Just look at a movie and think about what they're doing with their mouth. Sometimes it's closed, sometimes it's open. Like how much of the upper lip or the bottom lip shows. So that's an idea you can play with. The other thing is, once you go over like the previous video, like the proportions, it's good to, you can just put down some proportions real quick like this. And so this will be the front view. So when the mouth is moving around, it's good to know like the center so that it doesn't look like it's just like floating on the face. So for example, if you know the center point, you can draw some, if this is the front view, it'll look pretty symmetrical. So you can just start with like basic open shapes and just shade inside. So play around with like different shapes, and sometimes you'll see the teeth, sometimes you won't. And then once you have that, you can think about like how much of the lips, like depending on the look of the lips. So sometimes it'll just be like thin. Just play around with different proportions there. Sometimes it could be more like outlined. You can also play with different like chin and like jawline. So I did do a video that was similar to this. I'll go into more detail here. Because I actually don't draw a ton of expressions on my characters, and it's something that I've been wanting to do. You can draw a little bit of the shadow, at the underside of the nose here. So that's another way to practice. Same with, just throw down some more proportions real quick. And then for like a 3/4 view, so that's 5 minutes. Start another one. Just move the center, so it's good to know again like the center, but then move the center of the mouth like over so that the shapes, so I'll just copy this shape but like do it in 3/4. So the difference would be the center of the mouth moves over. So I'll just use that as reference. And so you're seeing some of the teeth. So the center point also helps for the teeth, because the teeth will generally be, you can use that as like where the teeth are. So yeah, play around with that. Like this side, this one would be kind of closed more. And then even like the jaw, you can kind of, it's like this one's rounded, so I'll keep it rounded. This one is more angular, so it can look kind of like that. So this one is kind of a square shape, but like it kind of goes in, like there's perspective. And it'll get darker, like the more into the mouth there. Sometimes you can just use, you can be pretty subtle with the teeth, just kind of use like the shading. And then this one's kind of a more circular. Yeah, play around with that. The nose also will move over, like off of that center line. I mean, use it as a guide, like if you have to adjust like where the nose is, go ahead and just do that. So that's another exercise. I guess I'll keep the same theme of, I'll do a profile of like this particular expressions and then just come up with some other ones. So for example, let's put down the guidelines. So in profile, the center here will be like, if the mouth is open, it'll be like a gap. So for this one might be like that. That's just open. And then if you see the teeth, like what I like to do is just kind of set up the mouth, and then sometimes you'll get like this line right here, like the mouth will stop, and sometimes you'll get like the cheek, and then the teeth will be like that. Now notice that if I add this line, that cheek line, it looks more extreme, the expression. So like with this one, it's not open too much. So yeah, like if this is the center line and this is the middle, then the mouth, like it'll go in because it's a space. That. Alrighty, that's another 5 minutes. It goes by pretty quickly, actually. Same with this, it's like open, so and yeah, it can move, like shift a little bit. So this one doesn't have the teeth, so sometimes you won't see that. One thing is, if you are showing the teeth, it uses more facial muscles. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense there. So these are just some tips. So these are all the same expressions, but from different angles. Let me talk about the teeth. So from our front view, if you have like this middle point, let's say that you just draw this right here, and normally you would say that that was like where well, kind of where the lips meet. We were saying that it was like up above here. And before I forget, by the way, this thing, the parentheses, that's the philtrum. I would have never guessed that that's what it was called, but that's the anatomical name for it, the philtrum. So if the lips go up, then that means the teeth are going to show, and this center line helps with the teeth because you've got the two front ones, and then you got ones that are next to it, and then you got like the canines, which may or may not be that obvious or pointy, and then the lips will usually start to, because the teeth go like back and then the lips cover. So I was saying, like, the more teeth you show, the more the muscles of the face have to show, and so you'll get more lines and like the nose and stuff. And as far as like the bottom lip, I mean, if you do it like this, then it looks like the bottom lip is under the front teeth there. So let's do that again. So let's do the same basic proportions. So the lips are the things that are moving, not like the teeth. And the teeth can move position, meaning like the jaw can move. So for example, so I think it's important to just figure out like what the teeth here, and then go back to like the shape of like the mouth. Kind of get that going. And then once you have that, then you can kind of think of what's going on down here, because it fluctuates. So sometimes you'll see like the tongue, sometimes you'll see the bottom teeth, basically the more like you see like inside the mouth, the more extreme. And then you can just shade it. So I'll do one more 5-minute, and I think the next one I'll just kind of sketch some faces, but without going into like too much detail. And I'll work like on some other expressions. So if you want to just do quick like faces with expressions, just do an oval, and then put like a center line, and then just kind of place the mouth and not worry about the rest of the features if you're just practicing. So for example, you can start with a simple smile, and then start to animate it. So the smile could still be there, but then what if you did that, like show that it's smiling, or open. And then my stomach is growling. And then play with like different looks, like the teeth. So the curved line kind of helps if you start to put it into perspective. Again, kind of same expression, but see how it changes if you like show top and bottom, like the teeth are touching here, just the top teeth, like the mouth is closed. Also, just I have a couple of minutes here on the timer. I'm just gonna, like, if I have a character in mind, I might, because I usually draw the characters kind of expressionless. So I might want to do the same thing as this, but kind of throw in a specific character or something, or come up with one. But yeah, I have characters that have a little bit more character, so to speak. But expressions is definitely something that I'm wanting to work on and incorporate more into my drawings and characters. And yeah, as the timer is about to go off, I just want to thank you for supporting the channel and joining me today. And until next time, keep on sketching.